an inch. And that's got it.
Hey guys, and welcome to Ozzie Reviews. Today I'm checking out the Ruger American Ranch Rifle in 450 Bushmaster. So I'll start off with showing you what it comes with. So we've got the Ruger lock. We've got the end cap for the threaded muzzle. And we've got the manual and just some promotional material from Ruger. Just clear it to start with here, guys. I'll give you a run by of it. You can just see these ranch rifles really are short and compact. This one here is obviously in flat dark earth, and we've got the synthetic stock. Now the barrel on this is only 16.12 inches or 41 centimeters. It's free floating, cold hammer forged steel. The end piece here is threaded 11/16 by 24 thread, and we've got the Ruger muzzle brake on the end there. Now I've got the sling attachments at the front here and also at the rear. Got a nice comfortable soft rubber kick pad, which is going to come in handy for 450 Bushmaster, let's be honest. Now coming back, having a look at the magazine here, it's just a 3-round polymer mag. So, you know, obviously the 450 Bushmaster is a fairly, thick round. So you're not going to get a lot into a magazine there without it really protruding. The trigger on this is the Ruger Marksman adjustable trigger. So you can adjust that between 3 and 5 pounds. Now the bolt has 3 locking lugs, and we've got a 70-degree throw. So it's going to be able to clear the scope and everything, no problem at all. The safety on it is the tang safety, so just at the back here, so you can see there it's got fire. Okay, I'll just pull it back there and it's on safe. When it's on safe, you can still manipulate the action. However, naturally you can't fire. Now on top here, guys, there's a Picatinny rail that comes with the rifle. I've got the Leupold QRW2 mounts, and I've also got the Leupold Mark AR 450 Bushmaster scope with the CDS dial. Now this comes standard for the 450 Bushmaster, so it'll be very interesting to see how it goes and to see what sort of accuracy I can get from it. Now the overall weight of this is only 5.5 pounds, or just a tad under 2.5 kilos. So, a great brush gun, getting around in the scrub. Nice and lightweight, not a really long barrel on it, so you're not going to get caught up if you're swinging around in the thick scrub with it. It'd be really good, I'm sure, for that purpose. Now the overall length on it, 36 inches or 110 centimeters, okay? So it is fairly compact. Now the price of these, about $899 retail price, and the ammo, guys, look, isn't going to be cheap. You're going to be looking at about $3 a shot here in Australia. Now, just to touch on the 450 Bushmaster caliber itself, okay? Now, a lot of people think, is it just one of these new fandangled type calibers? Look, in a way, I guess it is. The best way to describe it is it's the same ballistics, just slightly better than a 45-70, but obviously into a lot shorter case, okay? The advantages of it as well is there's a lot of different manufacturers. Ruger, Savage, Mossberg, Bergara and Christensen Arms are all making bolt-action rifles chambered in 450 Bushmaster. So there's a few advantages there as well. Now the ballistics on the 45-70 compared to the 450 Bushmaster is pretty similar. Now the 450 Bushmaster does have a little bit of an advantage. So if we take 100 yards, which is going to be probably your average shot. Now the 450 Bushmaster, using a 250 grain FTX round, is travelling at 1840 feet a second for 1879 foot-pounds of energy. Now the 45-70 at that same distance is travelling slower at 1600 and 16 feet per second for 1450 foot-pounds of energy. Okay, so we're about 400 foot-pounds of energy lower at that 100 yards and about 200 feet per second slower. So yeah, does the 450 Bushmaster have the edge? I think it does when you look at it on paper. But anyhow, guys, the real test is going to be now. Let's get out on the farm and chamber a few rounds on this big boy and see how much fun it is.
Okay guys, so we've only got one type of ammo. The reason for that is there was just nothing else available. It's on back order, so I couldn't get any of the federal ammo. So we've just got the Hornady here with the 250 grain FTX round. So I've got our target out there at 100 yards. We'll fire 3 shots through the rifle and we'll just see what sort of accuracy we can get from it. Well, there's one thing for certain when you're using a 45 caliber, you can't miss the holes in the target. Now look at the size of these. So guys, I started off just doing a few adjustments on the scope there, and this is the last group there, which has come in at about an inch. So, you know, I'm happy with that. I really wouldn't expect much more, you know, with this setup. So what I'm going to do now is probably just bring it over, yeah, maybe about another half an inch or an inch to the left, I think. Yeah, I'll bring it over another inch to the left and then we should be pretty much right on. Now I haven't had any problems whatsoever with the magazine. The rounds just slip in very easily. Okay guys, so I'm basically at 100 yards here, so what I want to do is just shoot 3 rounds freehand down there at the gong, just to show you, you know, how lightweight and versatile this rifle is. You know, this is what it's made for, it's just shooting off the shoulder and out there hunting. It's just so much fun, this, guys. Hey, I must admit, you know, when I first got the rifle, I just didn't think it'd be as much fun as what it is. It's just so nice to shoot from the shoulder. You know, and the muzzle brake makes a huge difference there. It's just comfortable, lightweight, just a perfect hunting rig. So let's test out this CDS system from Leupold for the 450 Bushmaster. So we're sighted in at 100. Let's move it to 2 on the elevation dial and see how it performs at 200 yards. Okay, so she's right on there at 200. I just need to bring it over just a little bit to the left, I think. But yeah, as for the correct elevation, I'm really happy with that. That's right on. And that's got it. I tell you what, look at that. So, we got a hunting lightweight rifle here, and it's shooting accurately enough out there at 300, with this CDS system. So what more can you ask for, really? Okay guys, I'm going to wrap up my final thoughts on the Ruger American Ranch in 450 Bushmaster. Now honestly, I didn't really know what to expect because I'd never used the caliber before, but geez, I found throughout doing the review, I was just laughing and I was having so much fun using this. It was just unbelievable. As for the accuracy, honestly, for such a cheap rifle, I really can't complain about it. Naturally, having the muzzle brake on the end is a godsend. It's going to tame that recoil, and having a nice, comfortable recoil pad as well is just perfect. Now, honestly, if you're looking at this, it'd be something for heavy game, like pigs, large pigs. I'd even walk up on buffalo with this. I mean, there's enough punch in this. I mean, it's more punch than a 45-70, so I don't know how much more you need. Just correct shot placement and a good heavy caliber like this is just perfect for those large, heavy game. Combination here with the Leupold Mark AR scope, the CDS system for 450 Bushmaster. I mean, I can't complain about that either. Honestly, after I sighted in there at 100 yards, it was spot on there at 200 and then 300. It was just that my actual windage was off. Naturally, I have to adjust for that depending on the elements. But the elevation was just spot on. So I really don't know what more you could want from such a budget setup. So honestly, guys, I can't see you going wrong if you're looking for a really heavy hitter that's going to be perfect on large game. Only thing I'd like to see is just a larger magazine for it. 3 rounds, 1 up the spout, you got 4. But yeah, it'd be just nice, like a 5-round mag or even a 10-round mag, depending on what sort of hunting you're doing. So yeah, I think it's a really good rifle and just set up in general. Now guys, the other thing I'll say too is thank you very much to all of you who support me through Patreon and also support me through PayPal. I've been able to upgrade the entire camera system, so we've been able to get a lot more slow-mo, especially that 1,000 frames per second slow-mo. So I've spent about $4 grand on that. So big thank you to all you guys who do support me, because without you, I wouldn't be able to do it. So once again, thank you, and we'll see you on the next review.